Happy New Year. Thank you for all the subscribes. I didn't expect this to be as popular as it's become. Thank you so much for listening to my healing and my warnings. Because honestly, the more everyone knows, the more we can change society, right? It doesn't start with victimization. It starts with empowerment. So I had got this question, which I thought was really interesting, which is, why does the NPD / narcissistic individual not want you to move on? Why do they stay with you if they're not happy and you're not happy? The answer is simple. If they're still with you, that means they don't have another person in their pocket to move on from. You see, narcissistic people do not like having no options. They leapfrog a lot, and they want to make sure that they have something secured where they can move on with their ego still intact. Let me give you an example. When I was divorced, I'm still divorced actually, but when I was dating, I dated this guy who was very attractive, tall, handsome, broad, fit. And I knew he was a narcissist from the way that he was acting, right? But I wanted some fun and I wanted some company. And so the cycle of things, the schedule was like every time we would go out on a Thursday or a Friday. And then when he saw that I was kind of getting into him a little bit, then he kind of withdrew that, right? Now, this is where it got very interesting, is that he thought he had me around his finger. And so he invited me to this really strange party. And, while we were there, he suddenly acted like he didn't know who I was. Which I was like, okay, well, I am wonderful and beautiful, and I don't really need you for this party. I can go ahead and work the room myself. And so in his mind, he wanted to make me jealous. So he started hitting on this chick who was really cute. She was tiny and skinny and young and cute. He was older than I was, right? And so he did that right in front of me. Now, you know that if you are really going to be a gigolo or a playboy or a player, you don't do that in front of the person you invite to a party. You do that on the slide, right? On the low. No, he did it right in front of me. And that was just to make me jealous, to see if he, could get me to do what he wanted me to do. But instead, I decided to go ahead and be Miss Popular Supernova and inject myself into a group, take over the group, become the focus of the group, and then just make a whole bunch of friends and start drinking in front of them. Now, I tell you this story, and I'll tell you the ending of it later, is that when a narcissistic person wants you to do something that they feel like you haven't done, they're going to play games like that. They're going to try and see if they can set up someone else up. So, if you are not the strong bet, they have other options. Now, it's really sad that they do that. That's how insecure they are. But it's also good for you to know that when a narcissistic person is super nice to you, when you guys have been on the rocks for a while, that means that they don't have another form of attention in the barrel. That means you're the only one around and no one wants to deal with them. So they're trying to play nice to get you to forget how much of an idiot they are. Narcissistic people are stupid when it comes to emotional common sense, but they're not stupid when it comes to observational skills. They can tell when you are not feeling them anymore. They can tell when you kind of know what's going on, because you're going to be distant. You're going to be short. You're going to be dry. You're going to not give them the attention and the adoration that they're used to. So they know once you change that you are either trying to get out or there's someone else in the picture. And if they don't have someone else in the picture, then it's a problem for them. Narcissistic people do not like being alone whatsoever. Now, you might want to ask, what happened with the resolution of this party? Simple. I ended up getting 3 or 4 guys' number, right? And I left, and the narcissistic person who invited me to this party got no one's number and basically shunned himself in the basement and drank all night. And the next day when we saw each other, I acted like nothing happened. And he was just like, so you got so-and-so's number? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm going on a date tomorrow. And you got so-and-so's number? It's like, yeah. And I'm going on a date Sunday. That pissed him off so much. Well, I don't understand, like, what's so special about you? Oh, because I'm me. That's what's special about me. And the people who wanted my number, they saw that. Too bad you didn't. So always remember, when a narcissistic person is nice to you, they don't have any other options. When they become distant, know that they already have different options, and they're probably going to leave you before you leave them, because that's that ego thing. That's that ego trip that they have. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for asking it. And I will talk to you later. Have a good new year.